Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about fandom entitlement. The reason that this video is a couple of days late is because I tend to go off on a tangent with this topic. I have tried to address it a couple of times in the past, mainly in my Shadowhunters reviews, which was what this channel kind of started off as. Well, the video started off where I actually showed my face. And I tended to go off on a really long tangent and get really angry and rant without really kind of getting to the point. So I kind of wanted to sort of have it in my head what I want to talk about and kind of just go from there without going off on a really long journey about my rants and raving and getting mad for no reason when really you just need to get to the core point. So what made me want to make this video again after having addressed this topic a couple of times is because of The Last of Us 2. I actually mentioned The Last of Us 2 in my previous video about the disconnect between fans and critics, which you can find on my channel. It's the most recent upload before this one. And this time the reason that this game has become the core centre of my video is because the actress who plays a character called Abby in The Last of Us 2 received death threats from fans because they were so angry about what her character does in the game. Obviously, I'm not going to go into spoiler territory, I'm not going to go into the details about what this character Abby does, but Abby is not in the first game and she's a new character to the second game, and she does a couple of things that fans aren't really happy with. Some think it's justified, some don't think it's justified. It's a very divided topic, but the people who didn't like it have taken it upon themselves to send death threats to this poor woman who is just doing her job and voiced Abby just fine, you know? She wasn't terrible. It's not like people were wondering why she was hired because she was so shite. She did her job well. She came, did what she needed to do and went. And she is receiving death threats from complete strangers because they don't like the story and they don't like what her character does. Fandom entitlement is a very prevalent thing, especially in the day and age where we can so easily contact celebrities through Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. Somehow fans get it in their head that they have a right to the thing that they love. They have a right to the media that they are obsessed with, and if it doesn't go the way that they want, then they have the right and are fully justified to then point that anger at the people involved. And I'm not talking about giving criticism, I'm not talking about addressing problems that you find in a particular product and sort of trying to bring it to the people involved in the hopes that maybe they will hear you and maybe approve upon it or give their point of view. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is going to be 100%, brilliant all the time. The difference is that fandom entitlement comes in when they start sending death threats and demanding that things get reshot or rewritten because it didn't go the way that they personally wanted it to go. Star Wars is a good example. I have a friend, Neve, who hates the new Star Wars films. She thinks they're nothing but pandering films to nostalgia of old fans, and she absolutely detests the entire new series. She's not going demanding that it's being reshot like a lot of other Star Wars fans, because believe it or not, there were people involved in the writing and the production and the acting of this film, and it had nothing to do with them that you are unhappy. Because there are people who loved it, and there are people who will praise the arse off the new Star Wars trilogy, and they'll think it's the best thing since sliced bread. And of course they're going to want to focus on those people, but they're also willing to listen to you if you are, well, fair about it, and you aren't threatening to kill them and their family. Because Laura Bailey, the voice actress from The Last of Us 2, actually got her family threatened as well. And you can say, oh, this is just trolls, this is just people acting like they're bigger than they actually are behind a screen. It's still very frightening to have a bunch of strangers threaten your life and the life of your family just because you voiced a character in a video game. It is completely disgusting and it is abhorrent behaviour, and anyone who takes part in that kind of thing is nowhere near as much of a fan as they claim that they are. Because if you were a fan, then you would understand that these are people, you know, living, breathing humans, whether they are famous or not, whether they are wealthy or not, they still are living, breathing people who live and exist and are capable of taking in things the way we do as well. Just because they have popularity and wealth does not make them untouchable. They still have the full capacity to feel scared and feel depressed and feel threatened the way we do, the way we lowly people who aren't celebrities do too. Another perfect example, because this is a very prevalent problem, it has been going on for years now. As you guys know, I was part of the Hunger Games fandom, and people really loved the two main actors in the film adaptations, Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutcherson, and a lot of people wanted them to get together. However, Josh Hutcherson in 2013 started dating an actress called Claudia Trizac, and fans were not happy. They started sending death threats to Claudia's family. She had to leave social media. They said really, really graphic things that they were going to do to her if she didn't leave him and let him be with Jennifer. And because Claudia wasn't as big in status as Jennifer Lawrence or Josh Hutcherson, she was an actress, but she wasn't as big in status. She had to leave her media accounts completely because all she was getting was filled with these death threats from people who claimed to love the Hunger Games and claimed to love Jennifer and Josh, and who instead of respecting the fact that Josh was with this woman and that he clearly liked her, they chose to threaten her and make her afraid instead, which probably in part ended up affecting Josh as well, the person that these people claim that they love so much. I don't even think entitlement is a good word. These people can be psychotic. I don't like Jodie Whittaker in Doctor Who. I'm not gonna go and find her and send her death threats and say, you ruined Doctor Who, bitch, I'm gonna kill you and your family, because she's a person. She's an actress. I don't want to say that to her. That's not nice. Sounds like the most like innocent response you could say, like you're in a playground and you're being like, that's not nice. But just because Jodie is the first female doctor and she obviously took on this role, I don't feel compelled at all to send hatred to her. Sure, I hate the stories. I hate her as the actress for Doctor Who, but I don't hate her as a person. I don't want to see her dead or hurt or her family hurt, because to me that seems psychotic. And as I say, the people feel like they're bigger behind the screen, and the more prevalent that Twitter has become, Instagram has become, Facebook has become, people feel like they are Billy Big Balls and that they can say whatever they want to these celebrities and it's not going to have any knock-on effect. And then all of a sudden, when these celebrities do come out about the depression that they're feeling, or the fact that they might have had suicidal thoughts, or the fact that they've been struggling with their mental health, all of a sudden it's, oh, well, you're rich, why are you feeling this way? If I was rich, I wouldn't care. If I had your status, I wouldn't be depressed. And if I had people, whether I was rich or not, throwing death threats my way, I would have problems with my mental health as well. Just because someone is famous or because they have money does not make them immune to what you as an individual sent their way. Sure, a lot of people can brush it off, okay? I'm very good at brushing it off, but every so often there is something that gets through the cracks and bothers me. And I don't get nearly half as much of hate as probably the plethora of hate that celebrities probably get on a regular basis. And still there's something that slips through my cracks. So I can't imagine how much gets through to these poor people. And sure, yeah, money, wealth, why the fuck are you sad? If you think that that's a legitimate excuse, then I don't know what to say to you, because that is the dumbest reason not to have mental health problems that I've ever heard. Like, it's like that saying where they say, why do you have asthma? There's air in this room. Believe it or not, we can't control what makes us depressed, whether we're a celebrity or not. Just be a decent human being. You don't like something? Fine, leave a review. Don't send hate directly to the people involved. They were obviously passionate about this project. They did what they believed in and worked as hard as they could. They don't deserve shit from you who claim to be a fan or whatever, sending them all this disgusting bullshit. They don't deserve that. Especially not for something that, whether it's important to you or not, is not that big when compared to someone's mental health or life. The Last of Us 2 is not more important than Laura Bailey's mental health state. The Hunger Games films weren't as important as Claudia Trizac's mental health. Doctor Who is not more important than how people can make Jodie Whittaker feel if they said to her directly how much of a bitch they think she is or something. None of that is more important than these people and their lives and the way that you, the fan, is treating them. Because if you really think that it's okay to treat them like that in the first place, then not only are you an abhorrent human being, but you're not a fan. You're just not. You can say it all you want, but you're not. And Jennifer Lawrence got married last year, and it wasn't to Josh Hutcherson, so... Okay guys, that's it for this week. Try to be decent human beings in everything that you do and everything that you put out in the universe. Try to be fair, try to be unbiased, try to be understanding with the person beside you or the person that you don't agree with, because you don't know what's going on in their life. Whether they're richer than you, more famous than you, whether they seem to have more going on in their life than you. There's still always something, and having shit thrown at them just could make it worse. So I'll see you next time, guys. Follow my socials down below. Don't if you don't want to. Don't want you to be there if you don't want to be there. And remember, just be decent. Be nice. Be good people. Don't send death threats. Okay?